Hi, dear students. Now we are continuing the class Living and Non-Living Things Part 3. That means third standard science topic Living and Non-Living Things Part 3. In the last class I have explained what are the characteristics or features of living things. What are the features of living things? I have explained 4 points. I have explained 4 points, that is living things breathe. Living things breathe. Second point, living things have life cycle. Living things feel, and living things require food. In that I have explained about the sense organs also. What are the sense organs? Eyes, ears, nose, skin and tongue. So this much I have explained in the last class. Now we will continue the same thing, features of living things. Another 2 features are there. Another 2 features are there. Just we will go through in brief with them. So first, next feature is living things show movement. Living things show movement. So I will read. Human beings and animals move from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. They also show movement to protect themselves from enemies. Birds fly, fish swim, snakes crawl and frogs jump. So once again I will repeat, human beings and animals move from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. They also show movement to protect themselves from enemies. Birds fly, fish swim, snakes crawl and frogs jump. Plants also show movement. Climbers move along the walls while creepers spread along the ground. Sunflower bends towards the sun. The stem of a plant grows upwards and its roots grow under the soil. Once again repeat. Plants also show movement. Climbers move along the walls while creepers spread along the ground. Sunflower bends towards the sun. The stem of a plant grows upwards and its roots grow under the soil. That means living things show movement. Just imagine you only, just you take the example of you, just you are sitting by one side. No, you are walking from one place to another place, because you are a living thing. So living things show movement. That means all the living things, including plants, also move from one place to another place in search of what? Food. In search of food, water and shelter. They move from one place to another place for the purpose of food, water and shelter. Understand? Next, plants also, how they move? They also show movement to protect themselves from the enemies. They also show the movements to protect themselves from the enemies. For example, a bird is sitting. If you go and catch it, what it will do? Just it is fly away. When you find a snake or anything, what you will do? Just you hit it. What it will do? Just it will move away. That means to protect themselves from the enemies. It will move from one place to another place. That means living things show movement to protect themselves from the enemies also. So here, how the birds fly, fish swim, snakes crawl and frogs jump. Then how the plants will show this movement? Plants also show movement. Climbers move along the walls. Just you see the climbers like money plant, all those things, they will move. That means they will grow along the walls or along the string what you are binded. Okay, so that shows that they will grow along with that. And next, Sunflower bends towards the sun. The flower, sunflower, bends towards the sun. The stem of the plant grow upwards. You know very well, the stem grows upwards towards the sunlight, and the roots grow downwards to in search of the water. In search of water. That shows that living things show movement. Living things show movement. Non-living things like chair and table cannot move on their own. Non-living things like chair and table cannot move on their own because they are non-living things. They can't move from one place to another place. Just we have to push them for the movement. Or understand now? See here, fish swimming in water, climber grow with support. Climber growing with support. Okay. Next, living things reproduce. Next characteristic is living things reproduce. I will read the paragraph. Living things have life cycles. Living things have life cycles. So reproduction is an important part of their life. Reproduction is an important part of their life. All living things are capable of reproducing their own kind. Human beings and animals like cat, dog, cow and lion give birth to their young ones. Birds, fishes, snakes lay eggs and the young ones hatch out of the eggs. Most of new plants arise from the seeds produced by an adult plant. Once again I will repeat. Living things have life cycles. So reproduction is an important part of their life. All living things are capable of reproducing their own kind. Human beings and animals like cat, dog, cow and lion give birth to their young ones. Birds, fishes, snakes lay eggs and the young ones hatch out the eggs. Most of new plants arise from the seeds produced by an adult plant. Most of new plants arise from the seeds produced by an adult plant. Have you seen a book giving birth to another book? No, that is because non-living things do not reproduce. Now, living things reproduce. You know very well, these living things have a lifespan, that is life cycle, that is from the birth to death. The duration or the period between birth to death is called as life cycle. That means living things have life cycle. That means they birth and take birth and they will die one or another day. That day or the duration is called as the lifespan. That is called as lifespan. Living things have life cycles, so reproduction is an important part of their life. If one is dead, so another one has to replace its place. So they reproduce. They reproduce. All living things are capable of reproducing their own kind. Human beings and animals like cat, dog, cow and lion gave birth to their young ones. Gave birth to their young ones. And birds, what they will do? They give birth to young ones by hatching out the eggs. By hatching out the eggs. Most of new plants, that means plants, how they will grow? They will grow by seeds. They will grow by seeds of the plant. Seeds of the plant. But what about the book or mobile or anything? Is it give birth to anyone? No. They can't give birth to any other book or any mobile because they are non-living things. They are non-living things. See here they have given the life cycle of a hen. Life cycle of a hen from egg to small one next to hen. Okay. Here lamb to sheep. So these are the example for life cycle of the living things. So once again I will repeat the features. Living things breathe. Living things have life cycle. Living things feel. Living things require food. Living things show movement. Living things reproduce. So these are the main features of the living things. I hope you all of you understand these features very well. So I have written on the board, just you copy them and read them very well. Okay. Now we will list out the differences between living things and non-living things. In page number 10, it is there. So differences between living things and non-living things. So I have written on the board living things and non-living things. So first, they can breathe. Living things breathe. They require food to grow. They require food to grow. They have life cycle. They have life cycle. Here, non-living things, they cannot breathe. They cannot breathe. They do not require food. They do not require food. They do not have life cycle. They do not have life cycle. Here they can breathe means they can take inhale oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. They require food. We eat the food. They have life cycle. That means lifespan from birth to death. So I think you are better. You understand this topic very well. Okay. Here they cannot breathe. That means book or mobile or a table or chair or house, they can't breathe. Okay, they do not require food. They don't ask anything to you. They do not have life cycle. That means they don't have life cycle. That means birth, death, growing, nothing. They don't have any life cycle. So next, fourth point. What are the differences? They show movement. Which show movement? Living things move from one place to another place. Living things move from one place to another place. Non-living things cannot move from one place to another place. Next, they can feel. Feel by sense organs. They can feel by sense organs. They cannot feel. Which one cannot feel? Non-living things cannot feel. They can reproduce. Which living things? Living things reproduce their young ones. Non-living things, they cannot reproduce their young ones. So these are the differences between living things and non-living things. In this chapter, you very well understand what are the living things and non-living things. So here, let us summarize. Here they are given the, let us summarize. So I will read. Things that have life are called living things. What are the living things? Things that have life are called living things. Things that are lifeless are called non-living things. Things without life are called as non-living things. Living things breathe, move, grow, feel, reproduce and need food. Living things breathe, move, grow, feel, reproduce and need food. I have already explained all these things. Non-living things such as house, chair and phone made by man are called man-made things. They are called as man-made non-living things. They are made by man. Next, all the living things provided by nature are called natural things. All the things which are provided by nature, they are called as natural things. Non-living things cannot breathe, move, grow, feel or reproduce. They do not need even food also. They do not need even food also. So these are the characteristics. So this is about the living and non-living things chapter. I hope all of you understand very well. So in next class, I will give this classwork and assignments for you. Okay. Thank you very much.